No, it just caught my eye. I was like, what in the yeah, okay, go ahead.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Size of Broken Men. This is episode 7, and I'm Marcus. As always, these days, I'll be the host, and I'm joined by wonderful co-host.
Hi, Juan.
Very nice, Juan. Very awesome. Okay. And our special guest this time around is Collin. What's up, man? How you doing?
Hey, how you guys doing? Pretty good.
Thanks. Yeah, so before we get started, I want to kind of extend the invitation from the end of last time's video, because I realized that some people might not have watched all the way to the end. But Juan and I are both trying to get away from advertising on our personal accounts or anything like that. So we're pretty much going to be relying on people receiving notifications for anything that we post across all our accounts as we're going forward. So we stop bothering people that don't necessarily want or aren't necessarily interested in our podcast. So wherever you're watching, if you could like follow or subscribe or whatever, I don't know what there is on like Spotify or whatever, but on whatever you're on, if you could do that, and then keep notifications on. We will be posting it every Wednesday on Spotify and YouTube, and those are where the full length of our recordings are on. And then we'll be kind of posting sporadically on Instagram and TikTok, as you can probably tell if you're keeping up with us on there. Thank you for the support, and I just wanted to say that real quick, and I think we can get on with it. Is there anything else that I should say?
No, I think that's it. That pretty much covers it.
All right.
Collin, how are you doing, dude?
Pretty good. It's really hot right now. I don't know why.
Really?
Well, a few days ago, it was really cold. I felt like,
Yeah,
it was raining all the time and stuff like that. And now it's really freaking hot.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So like last night, I got home around like 2 a.m. and it was a lot like warmer than I thought it'd be. But,
yeah. Wait,
what were you doing at 2 a.m?
Oh, it was a church thing.
Sure it was.
2 a.m.
Right. Yeah, 2 a.m. Well, it ended at like 1, but my church is kind of far, but
the drive.
Likely story. But anyways, Collin, we all as with all of our guests up to this point, we all know each other from high school, or actually from middle school this time around, I think.
Middle school.
So Juan, do you want to talk about at least how you know Collin, because we didn't all meet at the same time?
Yeah, so I've actually known Collin longer than I've known you. I think we met in like 7th grade, but we started to get to know each other like really well 8th grade, where our middle school, like our 8th grade middle school, Collin, I think you remember, like they switched our buildings to like one that was pretty far away. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
And then sometimes I'd stay after school and watch, like there was a bus back to like a park where our parents would pick us up, and I'd always just talk to Collin. I think you were also you were the one who taught me how to solve a Rubik's Cube. Do you know?
My memory is so bad. How come I don't remember this? Okay, let me think about it for like half a second. On the bus back to the park?
Yeah, 8th grade.
Huh. Actually, that does. Yeah. Actually, wait. Never mind. I do remember.
Like everyone's like Juan's making up stories.
Yeah, everything's made up. Everything's made up. Yeah, I do remember that actually. Yeah, on the bus. That makes sense.
Yeah,
I can't actually remember where I met you, but yeah, I think that's what it was. In fact,
I think we met in like 7th grade, but I just started to get to know you a lot better in 8th grade.
Yeah, because our classes didn't really line up, I don't think.
Yeah.
But then you go back on the same bus, so
yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah, and in my case, I've known Collin longer than I've known you, Juan, and actually Collin's known me longer than he's known you. So it's like that.
Yeah, probably.
But we met in 6th grade, and we were just kind of chilling around in the same middle school. We had plenty of classes together, and we just kind of talked off and on about whatever. I think, did we have art? No, we didn't have art, did we?
I don't remember what classes.
It's a while ago. We had the pothead science teacher together, I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, actually, definitely.
Yeah.
That class was, I don't know what that was.
Yeah, that was really
Hold
weird
on,
one time.
What, time out. What? Who?
The pothead science teacher in 6th grade. Do you not remember him?
Say his name.
Okay, Miss.
Yeah, the
Oh, I
hillbilly
didn't have
man.
the other teacher.
Oh, okay, fair enough. We'll call him Mr. Pot.
Mr. Pot.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
okay.
yeah, he was super tall, and he was crazy, and we had him first period too. So it was right in the morning. He was kind of not feeling it. He was just feeling the first effects of his coffee and all that sort of thing. Yeah, he would go off on the weirdest things. And like I remember one time in particular, that we were talking about like moon phases, and he was saying like, okay, and this is the day that the moon's going to be full or whatever. And me being a happy 6th grader that is willing to participate and stuff, I was like, I think it's actually full on this day, Mr. Pot. And he was like, no, the scientists say it's going to be on this day, so it's going to be full this day, even though they had all the pictures of how the moon was going to look like. We got into like at least a 5-minute argument about that whole thing. And I'm pretty sure he hated all of his students in general. But as a 6th grader, being a sensitive little guy, I kind of felt that hate a little bit more when he was arguing directly at me. But anyway, that's a little tangential. So I left the middle school that we were all attending in 6th grade. So I met up with Collin again. I went to our high school our sophomore year, but I don't think I met up with you, Collin, right then. I mean, we talked a little bit, but it was mainly in junior year that we started talking. Yeah, in our general class about
because we actually had classes together that year.
Yeah. So good times. We've all known each other for a long time. On to the most important topic of the day.
Of course.
Have you guys had lunch yet?
What time is it? Right now.
It's 2:51.
2:51.
No, I haven't.
You haven't had lunch yet?
I actually just had breakfast.
Huh?
I just had breakfast. Technically breakfast. Me?
No.
I just had.
Okay. This is a very important discussion. What time did you have that meal?
Yeah. What time?
An hour ago.
An hour ago? So it's already like nearly 2. That is definitely
okay. In my defense, I got home around 2 in the morning. So like I slept in today. I'm like, I'm done. I usually
but like when did you wake up?
9, 8. Today I woke up around 11.
Right.
That's just today. That's just today. I normally wake up around 8.
Sure.
Well, fair enough. But I think this is something that I've debated many people about, but I am of the personal opinion that lunch is the midday meal. So no matter what order of meals you're having stuff in, if you have it like, I don't know, from maybe like 11 to like 3 or something like that, whatever meal happens there is lunch, unless it's like right after you wake up and you happen to wake up at like 11, like spot on. But still, like, I'm pretty sure that's lunch.
I feel like that doesn't make sense because like what happens to brunch then?
Brunch is a made up concept. It's not real.
That's where a lot of people disagree. I don't know about that.
Every concept is made up. Like if you think about it.
Come on. No, that's just a get out of jail free card because you're wrong.
No.
Have you guys ever thought about that? About when meals are classified as certain meals like breakfast or lunch or dinner?
I have, but like the concept of brunch, I never thought of. I don't even know what it is, because to me it sounds like breakfast, lunch. But then I asked one guy, and he's like, "Oh, that's just like your snack after you have breakfast. It's not an actual meal."
I never heard that one before.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, "What?" And I took his word for it.
I'm gonna look that up.
Yeah, look it up right now.
Because I mean, it's like breakfast. It's the word breakfast and lunch combined. So brunch. I don't know.
All right. It says on Google that brunch is a combination of breakfast and lunch and regularly has some form of alcoholic drink served with it. It is usually served between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it doesn't talk about the emotion of like if you had a breakfast, then can you have a brunch? I'm pretty sure you can't though. If you're having brunch, I'm pretty sure that just means that you don't have time for both meals, so you just kind of put them into one.
Well, or
That's
no, maybe
thought
you
about
just want to eat like an early lunch. I feel like, right? Sometimes it's like
Maybe.
that. So like
So,
you
like-
kind of go and you eat just like a bit earlier, maybe like 10 o'clock. Then you don't eat lunch, right?
Actually,
But
no,
you can
that's
have
an
breakfast?
interesting.
Sorry, Juan, go on.
No, I was gonna say that's an interesting thing because there was this kid I knew in high school, and I would like talk to him when he's eating his breakfast because he'd eat breakfast at school, but he always brought his own lunch like to school as well. And like after first period, he like always during what it was like homeroom or something, he'd be eating his lunch, and then I'm like, "Do you just not eat lunch?" And he's like, "No." So maybe it's for people who get hungry really like fast.
No. Because like the thing is, when I think about brunch, the main thing is that once you eat brunch, you ain't eating lunch. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I feel like that's one of the prerequisites to calling a meal brunch is that you can't have. I mean, I was under the impression that you can't have breakfast or lunch, but Colin, are you saying that you can have breakfast and then have an early lunch and call it brunch? Or?
Actually, I think you're right. Yeah, if you're eating brunch, you're not eating breakfast or lunch. You know what I'm saying?
Very nice.
think
And
I
I
agree.
assume that applies for like dinner or whatever they call the mix between lunch and dinner.
Okay, that's made up. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, well, let's be real. Yeah, I've heard of that, and people try to make that a thing. It's not a thing.
It's not a thing. It'll never be.
Yeah.
You guys draw the line at dinner.
Yeah, man. I mean, it sounds so stupid to begin with.
That's just not. That's not
Yeah.
even a word.
So does brunch. It sounds
No, brunch is a word.
Brunch
Is
doesn't
it?
sound as bad.
Yeah, brunch is like more of a word than dinner. What?
Yeah, like I don't know a word that starts with. I mean, I don't know. I might. So don't quote me on this, but I don't think I know another word that starts with the sound lin.
Lint.
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 Jinx.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. And
Me
like
calling
linear.
them
So maybe I'm
geniuses.
stupid. Never mind. But I don't know. It's just maybe we should study linguistics a little more to see like what part of the mouth we use. But brunch feels more like a real word to me, at least.
Then linner.
Yeah.
Although I have to admit, I've never heard of the word linner until you just brought it up.
Really?
I think I've like heard of it, but I've never heard someone use it in an actual sentence. Like if they're actually saying the word, if we're
Wow.
to use
True.
it.
So I'm your first. Great.
Wait, but what do they teach in health class when you're learning about
about
nutrition and stuff? Do
What do
they
you
ever
mean?
use those words?
Oh, how about supper? That's also another like meal
What's supper?
word.
It's a weird one. Yeah.
When it's supper, what is supper? I need to look this up.
I need to look this up. Supper.
Okay, here. Well, you guys are looking it up because they tell us breakfast and then a snack in between, and then lunch and then a snack in between, and then dinner. That's typically
That's how
what
you
they
learned
tell
your
us.
meal?
No, that's how they taught us. That one teacher that we both had.
I don't
And,
know. That's so
Some my fault you
specific.
don't remember.
What grade?
12th. Remember how we
12th
both
grade?
took?
What?
Yeah, we took health class like our senior year.
Did I take that with you?
No, we were. I mean, we had the same teacher. Remember that one time I snuck into your class and just chilled for a little bit and then left?
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay. I don't know. Somehow I missed that. Maybe it was because I had her like the last semester of the year, and that's when coronavirus hit, and so maybe I didn't pay attention to that part.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But here it says supper was originally a secondary lighter evening meal. The
Second
main meal of the day, called dinner, used to be served closer to what is known as lunchtime, around the middle of the day, but crept
That's
later
cool.
over the centuries, mostly over the course of the 19th century.
Wait, I think I know why. Because they didn't
Yeah?
have like light bulbs and stuff. Right? So like once it gets dark, there's nothing.
Oh, so you just wouldn't eat then?
Yeah, you would just go to bed.
That makes sense.
It does
Right.
make
It does
sense.
make
And then
sense,
people would wake
actually.
up a lot earlier, right?
Yeah, and then you wake up when the sun rises or whatever.
Yeah.
It's
I
like,
can't
that's when
imagine
the day
living
starts.
like that. I hate waking up when if I see the sun rising, like 80% of the time I'm like, nah, it's too early. I go back to
Too
sleep.
early.
Actually,
Yeah. Yeah, man. Oh, I hate seeing the sunrise.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's deep.
so
Yeah,
for
thank
those
you.
of you who don't know Marcus, he's part vampire.
Very true, bro. I'd love to be a vampire.
Yeah, whoa,
It's like, that
careful
would
there.
take
You don't
care
want to
of all your
expose
meals.
Marcus.
Nah, I'm fine coming out about this.
I-
But Yeah, being a vampire, if you really think, I don't know if I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I would love to be a vampire because that's like pretty much vampires can live out anywhere, right? Like they're chilling. You never hear of a vampire with housing problems. So if the vampire, as a vampire, you're chilling and then you have all your meals covered, you pretty much don't have to work and you just get to hunt down people that you don't like every day. Like that's the life, dude.
Well, yeah, but like, what about like you can't eat garlic? Like you know,
True.
like
That is
someone's
pretty...
cooking stuff and then they cook garlic
Garlic
and
bread,
you eat
bro.
it and you get yourself an allergic reaction. Like that would suck.
That's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
You just take some allergy medicine.
You could, but I hear it's pretty bad for vampires. Yeah. With garlic.
Oh, really?
What about the translucent skin? Or like the pale white skin.
I wouldn't mind that too much. You just use an umbrella and then you're chill. Like in terms of getting sunburned and all that sort of thing. I mean, you're basically just a ginger. So
For all the gingers out there, we apologize. Humans said that's a joke.
But yeah, I didn't think about that. Yesterday, well, actually for lunch, I had leftovers from this restaurant called Bombay House. And yeah, it's very nice one. Have you not heard of it before?
No, never.
Collin, have you?
I've heard of it. I heard really good things about it. I just never been.
Yeah, it is really good. I think it actually originated here in Utah, but like it was made by somebody who was either from Mumbai or something like that. I don't know. But like they have, in my opinion, they have really good Indian food. So they have all these sorts of different things, and one of the things that we ordered was garlic naan, but it wasn't very garlicky. Naan is a great invention, and I'm very glad it exists as just a bread. But yeah, it was too bad that there wasn't a lot of garlic on it. Garlic is a very underrated taste, I feel, or flavor.
It's just a bread.
What are you saying? Just a bread? Food is so essential to life. You know, I was thinking about this actually. I was talking about this, like. I've talked about this on the podcast before, but I was away for a little bit last year in LA, and the people I was living with, I had 3 roommates, and all of them were white boys, and none of them had ever had curry before. And like, yeah, I still can't believe, like, how is it possible to go throughout like 20 odd years of life and you've never had any type of curry before? I just thought that was absolutely insane.
Never.
What?
I haven't.
On what?
Maybe we go get curry.
I have not had curry.
Wait, you've never had any type of curry before?
I literally just ate curry for lunch.
I don't even know what curry is. Sorry, what, Collin?
I just had curry for lunch.
Yeah,
there you go.
Curry's
Yeah,
the
I haven't
best.
I
had curry.
can't curry.
How have you not had curry before? You just been eating tacos your whole life?
It's racist. No, I mean, no. I don't know. It's because look, how do you get into curry? Like that's a question, right? How do you get into curry?
Good. It's not like an acquired taste, I don't think.
No. I mean, like, how do you get into, like, do you just go to a place like a curry place and boom, right?
There is no such thing as a curry place because curry is literally everywhere. Like you go to any like Indian restaurant, there's curry. You go to like the supermarket, they probably have a curry packet somewhere that you can try out.
Okay, pause. Okay, you said like go to an Indian restaurant, right? I don't know any Indian restaurants.
Bro, Bombay House.
There you go. I know one. I'll go with you guys.
But like, oh my, how?
Or Thai curry. It could be Thai curry. You know,
Thai curry too. Yeah, that is a restaurant, right? I think Thai curry is an actual restaurant here.
It is.
Maybe it's Thai kitchen. I don't know. But yeah, there are all different sorts of types of curry as well, because like it's not just Indian. I bet probably half the people in the world eat curry at least once a week.
Really?
Yeah, I mean totally. With how many people are like in India and Asia, because curry is a big part of Asian cuisine too, like East Asian.
I don't know, but I agree with you. Yeah, sure. I don't know,
Marcus. I need to ask you something. I need to call you out because you just said curry or food is like it's something part of life. I don't know what the word you used. I asked you once if you could stop like relying on food, would you? Like if you didn't have to eat anymore, would you? And then you said yes, but now you're telling me a different thing. What's the deal with that?
No. Okay, so the way you presented it to me that time was that if you had the option to, so if you could go into a state where you had the option whether or not to eat, would you do that? Like you would never feel hungry again, but you could eat if you wanted to. Like who wouldn't take that? I said yes. You, because if it was an argument between like if you could never eat again and like you just wouldn't be able to eat anything, but you would never feel hungry, versus being able to eat but you would feel hungry and like you're just a normal person, then that's a fair argument, I think. But if you have the option and you just never feel hungry, I feel like that's a no-brainer. So, and Colin, what were you saying?
But like the thing is about that is if you can't eat anything, because like you just never eat again and you just can't eat anything, I feel like you would just chew it up and then you just spit it out. I mean, that's, you just eat the food, but then you don't swallow it. I don't know.
True.
Okay, let's how about we set the parameters? You can still taste, right? Taste is still a thing. Your taste hasn't left. Okay, here, I added one. You guys add another one.
So versus being a regular person and versus the alternate that we might be choosing.
Yeah.
So we're adding, okay. I don't know, Colin, do you want to
go? You go first, Mark.
Okay. So the first one is that you can still taste things. I'll say the first one is that let's say you never feel hungry, but that also includes the fact that you never feel like a satisfied sense of, because you have that, after a good meal you feel like a good kind of full, like, oh man, this is really nice. You'll never feel that again.
Damn.
Say that.
Do you still need water to survive though?
No, let's say you're always like kind of medium.
I
don't know. Colin, I decided the hunger one, so Colin, you can decide that one.
Then I guess it's fair to just like chew the food up, taste it, and then just spit it out. Then I think that's okay. That's fair.
Yo, but what about like those times? So, do you still get thirsty though?
No.
Nah, because you can't drink, right?
Yeah, I'd stay human. I'm not liking this character we're building up.
Why is that?
I like the taste of water. Like, I know some people don't like water. You ever meet one of those kids or one of those people? Like, do you like water? Like, no, why? I don't like the taste.
Yeah,
that's true.
Like
Yeah, I actually do like the taste. Like, I prefer drinking water to pretty much anything else.
Have you like sometimes when they have the water somewhere and like a drinking fountain, it tastes like super whack?
Yeah.
It tastes wet.
It's whack.
It tastes weird. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you said it tastes wet. And I'm like, how does something taste wet?
Yeah, it also tastes wet.
That brings up a whole other argument. Is water wet?
No. We're not talking about that.
We'll spend hours on that.
But yeah, so like, but you would be able to taste things still, right?
Yeah.
You just wouldn't be able to
swallow. Like,
yeah.
Like, let's say if you ate the food, it would just stay in your stomach forever.
Yeah.
So like, if you keep eating, you die.
That's fair.
So you can't like continue eating.
What about like an owl? Because like they can like digest stuff, but like the bones and the fur, like a cat too. A cat does that too, I think. What about then?
What do you mean?
You guys don't know what I'm talking about? You know how they like do the fur ball?
Yeah.
What about something like that for humans or for the next evolved species of humans?
I mean, we don't eat bones anyway. Yeah.
No, I know it is, but like you just said, like it wouldn't digest if you swallowed. Does that make sense?
So like you just poop out everything that you ate? Like you eat hamburger, you poop out hamburger, is what you're saying?
I don't know, what were you saying?
The entire thing? Like, I don't know what you're
this is our conversation.
I don't know what you're getting at on.
Okay, so forgetting digestion. So you can taste things, and then you can spit them out. Let's say that. Let's just all assume that you're gonna spit stuff out if you're in this state. So you would still choose to be human still?
Me? Yeah, I would.
Yeah. Well, why?
I don't know. Like, okay, okay. I'll try to explain with this. One of the best feelings in the world is you need to pee really bad, like super bad, and you have to hold it in. But when that stream starts flowing, it feels great. But like, if you take that away from me, like, what's the point of living? You know?
Oh God. What?
And that's my reasoning, and I think it's valid. If I'm being 100% honest.
So your reasoning for not wanting this is that sometimes you gotta pee.
Okay, if you put it like that, it sounds dumb. But like,
God.
it's like those things. I don't know. You're super hungry, or you're like dying of thirst, right? Like,
So when you
Marcus, like,
finally get the drink of water, it feels good, right?
and it feels like, oh, like it hits the spot, and that's my reasoning.
So
Okay.
So what you're saying is that like if you don't know what it's like when it's bad, you can't really tell when it's good. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
I
So, like, I mean, if we put this into perspective, though, like, you're going to spend, like, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to project properly, but I'd imagine tens of thousands of dollars on food just on yourself throughout your lifetime, at least. And you would still spend all that money to feel that relief that you get when you go to the bathroom.
What are you spending it on?
What do you mean? Anything else? I feel like that relief. I mean, I get it, but to me, that sort of relief and satisfaction, I guess, is not worth like tens of thousands of dollars.
I think about it this way, Marcus. You could just, even though you could eat, like like on here, you could just not eat. That would save you a lot of money too.
Yeah, and then
you could just not.
Yeah, I'd sort out a lot of my expenses pretty quickly that way. Yeah. I don't know, Colin, what would you do if you were presented with that choice?
I would flip a coin.
Of course.
And then I would be like, "Yep, that seems about right."
So you're relatively indifferent to the whole thing?
Yeah, I guess it's like whatever. I just flip a coin, dude.
For me, I think it's a no-brainer to like choose the just like you have so much more money, you save a lot of time, and then like you don't have to worry about like being distressed about like being too full or being too hungry or like having to go to the bathroom or anything like that. You don't have to worry about any of that sort of thing. To me, like that in the first place is a plus, but then on top of that, I'll be saving all that money. Like I think that's a great deal.
Okay, but what are you gonna spend it on, dude?
Literally anything else. Invest it or something.
Just, I don't know.
I mean, you can spend it on food too. It's just you can't consume it.
Here, let me save up money from not eating, but I'm gonna spend it on food. I love that logic.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, you have the choice not to, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, that's true.
You could also donate the food to other people. That'd be a nice thing. Never mind, that's stupid. I don't know why I brought that up. On to the next thing. Halloween is coming up soon. Do you guys want to talk about that?
So let me ask you guys. Do you guys ever do anything for Halloween? How about you, Marcus?
It's not that I want to. I just can't think of like stuff to do for Halloween.
Yeah.
Like,
so your family
dressing up. Oh yeah, I could talk about that. Yeah. So I grew up. My family's like pretty religious, so Halloween was a big no-no.
Oh.
Like to the point where like I wouldn't even go to school for Halloween.
Oh, what?
Yeah, like they take
skeletons and stuff.
Yeah, because like yeah, my religion is like just broadened is like it's like Christianity. So yeah, I wouldn't go to school like during elementary school, during middle school and high school. They let me go but that was more so because I had work to do. Because like during high school, you don't. Well, at least I never got to go to like the parties, like the class parties things. So I'd still have to go. And,
yeah, that makes me sad. How come they don't have like class parties in high school?
Get too lit, I think.
That is true. Yeah. Too much weed.
Yeah, it probably happened after school for sure.
Oh yeah.
Not during school. But then that defeats the purpose, right? The point of the class is point of the party is to skip the class essentially.
Yeah, that's the best part
of it. Like, well, I don't know. How about you, Marcus?
What about,
yeah. My family kind of does stuff for Halloween. I'd say that in terms of like American standards or whatever, overall, if there is a standard, that we're probably about there, maybe a little below par, because like we're not that enthusiastic about it. I know, like I think my sister's pretty into Halloween. She likes dressing up and that sort of thing. But I personally haven't dressed up since like I think it was 6th grade. Yeah. And ever since then, yeah, I just haven't bothered. And I think I stopped trick-or-treating before that just because like for me, there's not enough interest to go out trick-or-treating or like seeing other people's costumes or anything like that. I don't care about other people's costumes in the first place. And then like I'm fine with dressing up, but it never did that much for me. And then like I was a pretty shy kid in the first place as well. So in terms of like going up to strangers' houses and asking for candy, like it wasn't really my thing as well. I don't even like candy that much either. So there wasn't a lot of pros going for me in terms of trick-or-treating. But yeah, my family, like they give out candy and stuff. And like I would go out to all their class parties and that sort of thing. But so pretty average, I think. How about you?
I think I'm pretty much the same as you, Marcus, except I do like candy. And I do sometimes I go out trick-or-treating. It's just because my cousins, their parents don't want to walk around a lot, so I just go with them. Free candy, free candy is always good. So
Yeah.
okay. Yeah.
What do you go as, or do you not dress up?
Sometimes I just don't dress up. I just go with them. So just make sure they don't get lost or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Also for the free candy.
Dude, yeah, candy slaps.
Yeah,
Marcus is just weird.
I can't believe it. It's just messed up.
What's your favorite kind of candy then?
We should rate the candies, yeah?
We should, yeah.
We should.
Okay, Marcus, you go first because you don't like candy. So I want to hear what a weirdo like you had to say about it.
Candy.
Let's go.
Man, I can't think of like mainstream candy.
What do you mean? Just say a candy. It doesn't have to be mainstream.
I don't know. Twix, I think was good, right?
That's not mainstream. What does that even?
What? Twix is mainstream.
But then what were you thinking? You couldn't think of
no. Like yeah, and that was the first one that popped into my head. And
okay, so what were the non-mainstream candies you were thinking about?
I don't know. Like I couldn't think of any. I mean, I was thinking of like sweets in terms of like I don't know. The first thing that popped into my head was like castera or different like Japanese candy, but you guys have never heard of that, and we don't have that for Halloween. So,
No.
But yeah, like I seem to remember that Twix and like any caramel based candies were pretty good. Not Milky Way. Almond Joy wasn't bad either. I like coconut. So.
Yeah, you could tell Marcus is definitely disturbed.
What are you saying?
Joy.
He has issues, bro. For days.
What? Almond Joy's not good?
No, it's not. Usually rated F tier.
Absolutely
it's
not.
Mid. It's mid. I think it's mid.
Bruh. What other candies have coconut in it? Coconut's great.
Mounds. Almond Joy without the almonds.
Wait, so would you rather there's be no almond in it?
I would rather be nothing, no coconut. I just don't like the coconut candy. Wait, what?
I think we need to classify like all the types of candy, right? Because that's the thing. Because you got your your chocolates, you got your gummies, and then you got your like the nasty candies no one likes. Like, do you guys like Toots? Like, do you guys like Tootsie Rolls?
I don't. No. I think they're the epitome of averageness for candy.
Yeah, or like candy corn.
No.
Is also
No. Those are awful.
Average.
Yeah.
Candy corn's nasty. Yeah. What else? Okay, let's go with those three classifications.
Dots.
Oh yeah, dots.
Some people don't like dots. I think most people don't like dots. I don't mind them actually. I think the flavor tastes like chemicals. I like the taste.
I don't even remember what they look like.
Actually, look at that, Marcus. You'll know exactly. You'll know. It's like the yellow box with those weirdly shaped dome gummy thingies.
Yeah, those are gross.
Oh, okay, those things. Yeah, I've seen those around.
It tastes like chemicals, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what they taste like, but I remember they were fun to throw at people because the boxes were loud.
That's true. I do remember that happening.
Anyway, with you.
What's your guys' favorite candies?
Twix is S tier. I agree.
Twix, yeah.
Twix is really good. Let me think about it. Other than Twix, I think Kit Kat is always solid. I would give it like an A.
That's true.
right?
Yeah,
I
how
don't
do, how
think
do you eat
anyone.
your Kit Kat?
What do you mean? I always split it.
Okay,
Yeah, I
Marcus,
always
I
split
swear,
it. He's gonna be one
Marcus
of
is
those
gonna.
people. You just take a bite. Right?
No, no,
Yeah,
no, no, no. I split it. I
100%.
split it.
I'm sure you do.
Nah, I'm not some sort of barbarian, man.
Okay, so we got Twix, we got Kit Kat,
Yeah.
Hershey's, the Hershey's bar.
Hershey's, what? No
Hershey's.
way.
I think they're
Wait,
okay.
are we going in order? Like,
No.
Oh no,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah.
going in order.
Let's just. I mean, I was just thinking we can talk about our favorite ones, but
Okay.
Juan, if you want to tear down every other candy, you could go for it.
no, I'd rather just talk about my favorite one. It's
All right, fair enough.
oh, dude, it's probably Kit Kat.
You like Kit Kat?
Yeah, it's probably
That's your
it.
top tier?
Yeah, probably.
I gotta think. Oh, Reese's Pieces. I think they're.
I don't like those, dude.
Or the peanut butter cups, not the Reese's Pieces, but the peanut butter cups.
Yeah,
You don't like
I
this
don't know
one?
why. No, I really don't.
I think it might be the peanut. I don't know. Some people don't like the peanut.
I think it's the peanut butter. Yeah. But
Yeah.
For me personally, I don't like them. Yeah, because I just don't like anything peanut based. I don't have an allergy or anything. I just don't really like the taste of it, and I never have. But I don't know. If people can tolerate peanut butter, I figure that most people would like it. So I find it very interesting that you don't like it, Juan.
no, it's weird.
It's not anything. Oh, M&M's actually. Now I think about it. I think
Oh, you know what? I changed my
Oh,
answer.
M&M's. Yeah,
Yeah.
M&M's, the yellow ones, the peanut ones.
Yeah.
Those are my favorite.
Oh,
peanut ones, huh?
okay. Interesting.
Okay, no, so I like peanuts. I just don't like the Reese's peanut butter cups because it doesn't taste like peanuts. That's why I don't like
No,
it.
it doesn't.
Probably.
It doesn't taste like it.
Yeah, so I changed my answer. My favorite one is the yellow M&Ms.
Yellow. How about Skittles? Anyone partial to Skittles? No.
I don't know. I don't feel Skittles so much.
I think they're okay.
If I had the options between M&Ms and Skittles, like M&Ms every day.
I think actually they're similar.
Really?
M&M's a little better, but Skittles not bad. I don't know.
Very fascinating.
But they're different, so it's kind of hard to compare.
That's true.
Well, how about Twizzlers? Anyone Twizzlers?
I don't remember the last time I had Twizzlers. They're the
The
licorice
red
thing,
ones, the
the
licorice.
twisty one.
Oh, those are good.
I actually think some of them taste good and some of them taste really bad.
My mom says they taste like plastic.
Some of them do, yeah. Actually, I agree. But then some of them taste good. So you know the ones they give in like you could like peel like little like strings off. That
Yeah.
stuff tastes nasty as hell. But then like the normal Twizzlers you get, like they're just like the long, like when you get in a huge bag, not the ones they give on Halloween. Those actually taste really good, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
The small ones
But
taste like plastic.
One sec, because like with Twizzlers, or licorice or whatever it is, there's Red Vines, right? And there's also another brand. I forgot what it's called. Is it just Twizzlers?
Twizzlers.
Sure.
I think red vines taste good, I think, in general. Twizzlers, the ones that you peel like that, I would say it's like garbage.
Yeah, it looks like Twizzlers are the ones that you peel, and then Red Vines are I think they're the drier ones.
Yeah, but like they're longer. They don't normally.
Yeah.
Halloween.
And they come in the bucket
big
things.
bag. Or a bucket. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know the reason I don't like getting those, like the little ones that you were talking about, Collin,
Mhm.
is because I feel like most people have that idea that like, oh, these don't taste good, so they leave them in, and then when like teachers finally like give them out, they've been like sitting there for like 3 months. You know, and that's probably why they're like so nasty.
That's true. Oh, how about high chews?
Bruh, you get high
those are
chews for
good.
Halloween?
I don't know, but no, but you know, it's a candy.
Bruh, I
pretty
wish
good.
high chews were. I mean, I guess they are a little bit more mainstream. I wish all
Actually,
Asian candy was more
I think
mainstream.
one time I actually did get one high chew from Halloween.
Yeah?
I was like, ooh, dang.
High chews are definitely top tier. I love high chews. But yeah, all Asian candy, in my opinion, is just way better than American candy.
How about what do you guys think about Hershey's again?
It's
Like
mid.
chocolate.
It's not great, but it's not bad either.
I heard like some people don't like the taste. They said it tastes like rotten.
Really?
Mm.
Yeah, for a lot of people from other countries, not US.
I mean, I don't like Hershey's, but I don't care that much for chocolate in general. Like, it's fine, but it's not necessarily my favorite thing. And I don't remember the last time I had a Hershey's thing, other than like because there are those like the big bars of Hershey's. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
Those are pretty good because they put a little more effort into that. But like the small bite-size Hershey's things, I don't know. I think
Really, I think they taste the same.
Really,
they taste the same to me.
Wow.
You prefer the milk chocolate or the dark chocolate?
In terms of Hershey's, since it's been a while since I've had it, probably milk, just because that's the only one I remember having. But nowadays, dark chocolate's kind of been making a comeback for me, like in, I don't know, anything like drinks or, I mean, just like occasionally my mom will like buy higher end chocolate for like a birthday or something, and I'll have like a piece of that. And of course, it's better because it's higher end, but also just like the richness of the dark chocolate is pretty good. So I can see value in both. Whereas when I was a kid, I couldn't see much of that. So I'm
what percent of dark chocolate are we talking?
Ooh, that's
I don't know. I don't know. Just like the Hershey's bar that says dark instead of like whatever that is.
I don't know.
It's
like on a lot of the more expensive chocolate stuff, the dark chocolate, they tell you the percentage of dark chocolate or cocoa, whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like
for the
special
dark chocolate. Oh yeah.
Go on. No, you can go on. I'm just.
Yeah, I think like up to 60% tastes fine, dark chocolate. Past that, it starts to taste like bitter, like powder. With the
really?
Dark chocolate.
So
the cocoa gets really bitter.
So that's actually the reason I like dark chocolate. I kind of like the bitter taste, but it's weird because when I was a kid, I hated dark chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I did not like it. Like if my dad would offer me some, I'd always say no. But now I actually quite enjoy it. So.
But really, like even when you get to the higher percentage, like 90%, 80, 90.
I have had like one that was like, I think it was like 90%, and I enjoyed it.
You did? Dang.
I did. I was like maybe like 16 though, but yeah, I think it's because maybe no one. Also, we were in a group, so like they were offering around the chocolate, and they're like, "Do you like it?" And it was like, "You know," and I guess I wanted to be different. Do you like it, Juan? Yeah, it tastes good. I don't know,
real man.
But it is crazy how like I think how like our changes, like how stuff has changed since we were like in our childhood and stuff. Like shows. Do you still like the same shows, or have you ever gone back to see some of those shows you saw as a kid, and then see them now? And you're like, oh, jeez, why did I watch this?
I don't even know what it's. Okay, Bartus, do you have anything to say?
Yeah. I've experienced that a little bit. I think we might have brought this up on the podcast before, but like, I think what show was it? I think it's Ben 10. I used to watch, or something. It was some specific cartoon that I watched in the past that was really good when I was like 6, and I thought like, wow, this is amazing, and this is great writing, and like this is top tier content. And I go back and watch it, and like, man, what was I thinking? But yeah, it just goes to show how much our brains develop over time, and how smarter we get, I guess. I don't know. Collin, have you ever had any experiences like that?
Yeah, but like the opposite. When I go back and watch it, it's still funny as hell.
Wait, which show?
Maybe my brain has like devolved. I don't know.
Which show was it?
I think maybe it's because when I was younger, we didn't really have like on TV. We didn't have like, I guess TV was just whatever's on like on there. But we didn't have like dish or whatever. So my parents would do is they would just buy like discs of like older cartoons and stuff. I remember Tom and Jerry and like Scooby Doo, you know. And it was I would watch it, and it's like, this stuff's funny, and I go back and watch it and be like, you know what, that's just still funny.
So it's kind of weird, but my dad grew up watching Tom and Jerry. And like to this day, I still sometimes catch him like when he isn't doing anything. He just watches Tom and Jerry like on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah, it's good. It's good
because it's quality content.
Yeah.
One that I saw was Okay, the one that I kind of regret watching, or I thought it was really cool, but then I never got to watch it. Or not regret, but I don't know. When I was a kid, I thought it was cool. Have you ever seen Young Justice?
Oh yeah,
I've seen a little bit of it, I think.
I remember that.
Yeah, so like I was like maybe 11, 12 when I was watching it, and I thought it was like, well, this is really good. But then like a couple months ago, I think Sam we started talking about it on our group chat, and then I was like, you know what, I want to watch it again. It wasn't. It's not a good show. Season one is good, although the ones are bad.
So do you more regret do you regret like going back and watching it, or do you regret seeing it in the first place?
I regret going back and watching it because it just ruined it for me.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah, because I thought it was really cool in my head, right? I was like, oh, the show's awesome, this, that, and the other. And I went back to watching. I was like, no, it's not that good.
Huh.
It's mediocre at best. Yeah.
At best? Oh no.
Wait,
Really?
you've seen it though, right?
Yeah, I've seen it.
And you like it?
I thought, well, maybe it's just that I've watched a lot of garbage shows, but
No, but like,
it's not bad.
just to clarify, I like season one. All the other ones after. Are
Okay,
really
yeah.
bad.
Maybe I only saw season one. That's probably why. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, the only DC cartoon, or like, well, actually, I watched other superhero cartoons, but DC, yeah, I think the main one I watched was Justice League, which I'm pretty sure is supposed to be the best one. But even then, I didn't watch that much of it. Did you guys ever watch that?
Is that the one with like they have?
Oh,
like,
it's
like
Justice League
super-
Unlimited is what it's called.
Okay, yeah, that's the one that have like super broad shoulders. That one was good.
Probably, yeah. Was it?
Yeah, that one was really good.
Oh, dude. Okay. Now I got this. Okay, so Justice League, like you're talking about the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I remember because we didn't have TV, right? And then I remember actually we have the original Justice League called cartoon. It was the Super Friends. That's so funny. It's so funny. It's not supposed to be funny, I don't think. It's like 1950s probably. I don't know.
Oh wow.
But it's not supposed to be funny, I don't think. But I think it's so funny. Oh, 1973. Whew.
It's real.
Yeah.
So is it one of those types of shows that's more like funny because it's bad, or just like funny because of how seriously it takes itself, or what?
I mean, it's kind of janky. Like when they're moving around, right? It's not like, it's not like they're actually moving. It feels like almost like a PowerPoint, but like weirdly not a PowerPoint sometimes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like when they're talking, it's just like PowerPoint talking. But then when they're fighting, people like slide. So it's not really a PowerPoint anymore.
Wait, what's it called?
Weird.
The Super Friends. You gotta look it up.
Okay, hold on.
Like the art style, it looks like so classic, like cartoon, like not cartoon, but like comics, Oh, they've probably canceled for that now, I think. They released that.
Yeah, maybe. So it's just called Super Friends?
Let me see.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's definitely Super Friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably put a few images on the screen for the YouTube watchers as to what it looks like. But yeah, I can see what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Robin, man. Robin had those legs out back then.
Oh, dude, yeah. I guess. Yeah.
If you kind of think about it, though, like, it's kind of weird that comic book movies are such a big deal now, because, like, really, I think what, like, at least a lot of older generations think of comics is that type of art style, and it's kind of janky and really nerdy and niche. So it is kind of cool in a way that they've been able to develop it in so many different ways, because if you look at it in the context of like back in the 50s or 60s or whenever any of the heroes were made, like it's kind of hard to believe that anybody spent that much time trying to develop the universe to the point where it can tell really meaningful stories and that sort of thing, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah, because like if you think about it now, what would the movie landscape look like if superhero sort of movies didn't exist? It would be like a giant black hole in cinema. You'd be like, what even exists here? Right? Because they're such a big part of everything. Like even just the style of the movies, how they record it, how they do the fight scenes, I guess. Very shaky.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
For real. I mean, like, because Marvel is the main thing that everybody looks at now, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But like, and well, I guess that's the main thing that I wanted to talk about a little bit. But really, Marvel only started coming into prominence with their movies. I think they started putting them out in 2008. But already they've had such a big impact. And with like, you guys have all seen Incredibles, right?
Yeah.
Juan, have you seen Incredibles?
Not Marvel.
It's the one,
the cartoon. The Disney
Pixar?
Pixar.
Yeah, Disney Pixar, I think.
Okay, yeah. I thought you were talking about something else.
Nah,
Well, that was Marvel? Or
no, it was
No.
Marvel, Juan. Keep up with the conversation.
no, it's because you said something about Marvel MCU, like
I'm talking about superhero
and then you're
movies.
like, oh, did you talk about
suddenly
Because I'm going to relate it, Juan. Anyways, so I was a big fan of Incredibles back in the day, and I still am. And I think it is a super good movie. But like, if you analyze it too, like it's super weird, and really like it follows some structures that superhero movies, follow today. But really like the blend of family friendly with also something that's really intriguing and kind of deep in some ways. Like you don't really get that with pretty much any other movie in the way that Incredibles does it. So I think that's super cool. But with the second one, I don't know your guys' opinions on the second one. We can talk about that maybe. But the second one, I was really disappointed in because I feel like it fell into a lot of conventions that kind of Marvel have set up to do. And Incredibles before that, which I think it was like in 2004 or something, like it was totally its own thing. But because it had come after, like, I think it was, I don't remember when it came up, but I feel like it was after Infinity War or Endgame. It was like near the end of the Marvel reign, if you want to call it that. But I feel like it was kind of impacted by a lot of different media that had come out, and I feel like that's kind of too bad because it's really own original sort of idea, and it's obviously difficult to follow up stylistically with a sequel 17 years later or however long it was. But like I kind of wanted that to continue on beyond logical hope. So I think that's too bad. I don't know. What did you guys think of Incredibles 2?
I actually disagree with you.
Really?
I think that the change was not like the best thing they could have done. I don't think it was bad. Mostly because the original Incredibles was like a commentary of, let's say, like the past, kind of, right? With the superheroes, the tropes, everything like that. It was sort of taking inspiration from the past works. And with the Incredibles 2 taking inspiration from more recent, not like super recent, but I would say more recent media, I think it keeps in line with the themes of the original. A commentary on the recent past, I would say, maybe, instead of reaching even further back into where people probably don't remember anymore. I don't know.
That makes sense. No, yeah, that's a compelling argument. I mean, like, Juan, do you have anything you want to say about that before I keep
going rant?
I'll talk like a normal person. I like the explosions. The explosions were really good. And then Jack got his powers. And that scene with the raccoon. Oscar. Deserved an Oscar. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh dear. Okay. So I hadn't really thought about it in terms of like mirroring what it did or like what it was trying to do in terms of commentary. But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I think it probably would have worked better if they had done a time skip because the Incredibles 2, I think it follows up time wise like right after the first one. And it works fine, but I think if they were trying to go for like following and having a commentary on the new generation of society, I guess, or superheroes or whatever you want to call it, I think it probably would have been a better idea to make the family a little bit older, and maybe you could add another generation,
like, because like the themes are catered towards the original, right? And to have or not the theme, the setting is catered towards the themes of the original, and then once you go into the second one, and to have that just sudden, like the world just morphs into like whatever.
Yeah,
because like the second kind of, it's a little sudden, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, with any movie that like it has a sequel that takes place time wise right after the first one, or whatever the prequel is, I kind of not actively think about this, but I always kind of think about, okay, like if I were to watch this like back to back, would it still make sense and would it be good? Because like, you know, if something is happening continuously, I think you should be able to watch it as it happens in the time that it's portraying it, and it should be able to make sense thematically and all that sort of thing. But yeah, if you were to do that with the two Incredibles movies, like commentary wise, technically with the aim, yeah, they are kind of similar in that way. But if you watch them back to back, like, well, I mean, this is kind of not part of what I'm talking about, but the character arcs is the main one that would throw me off, because the character arcs are totally different, especially for like Mr. and Mrs. Incredible. I feel like it's very unusual, the sort of things that they try to do with them. But yeah, that's kind of the main reason. Thank you.
No, I'm kidding. Okay.
Why yeah, I was kind of disappointed in Incredibles 2 that way. Juan, do you have any opinions on the themes of the movie?
I like, so first off, the underlying theme of the second one, I think is pretty obvious, right? That's kind of like the elephant in the room. It was like the fact that the Bob, or Mr. Incredible, was now the stay-at-home dad, and that Helen was like the figure earner or whatever. She was like the main superhero on that one. Sorry?
The breadwinner?
The breadwinner. That's a good word. Yeah. To me, they didn't portray as in an obnoxious way, though. You know, some movies, like, they have like very I'm scared. They have a very like feministic portrayal of like certain female characters. But in this one, it was like subtle to where like you knew what it was like trying to portray, and I think it portrayed it very well. But like, it wasn't so much in your face.
So more show, less tell.
Exactly.
Saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it worked great. Like, I think it worked really good, because Mrs. Incredible, or Elastigirl, she was awesome in that movie. So yeah. But again, my favorite scene is the Jack one. Jack was the best character by far.
Yeah. Ooh. I mean, yeah, like feminist themes. For me, yeah, I think in terms of like subtlety, in all of Elastigirl's scenes, I think it came off pretty well. Because, you know, you don't really think twice about like, oh, of course, like, she's a superhero. And I mean, I think that's kind of a good extension in this case of the first one, because in the first one, like, she was kind of just as capable as the other superheroes, and of course she was. But in the second one, so when she kind of goes off and does whatever, it sort of makes sense. And I guess in a way it kind of mirrors the first one, where in the first one it's Mr. Incredible going off and doing all these sorts of things, and Elastigirl is mainly staying at home with the kids, and like they go off and find him, obviously, but they're not necessarily the one being like called to action in that sense. So I kind of get the mirroring of the themes in that way. But I thought all the scenes with Mr. Incredible reacting to how Elastigirl was kind of out of character for him, because like, what, you got something to say, Juan?
Yeah, I was gonna say, okay, out of character for him. I disagree.
Really?
To the fact that he's a man. I feel like, look, all I know is, like, if I were married and had a wife and you leave me at home with the kids, the house is gonna be burned down by the time she gets back. Like, if I'm being 100% honest. But like, and to be honest, most men are that way. I remember when my mom would leave the house, my dad couldn't cook, or he knows how to cook, but like, he just wouldn't, and we'd always go get like a pizza or something. And then like, whenever my mom left, me and my brother broke something because we got into a fight, right? And my dad would just be like, I don't know what to do. And I feel, if I'm being 100% honest, of the typical like family structure, that's I imagine that's kind of the case, at least in America. Not to say like, you know, men are stupid or whatever, but
don't get yourself canceled there.
Men are kind of stupid. Let's be honest. Yeah. Sorry, Marcus, go ahead.
No, that's fair. I personally don't have that same impression of men in America as like a general statement. I mean, as far as like the I don't know, father, or like at least 40 to 50 ranged people, which I think is kind of what Mr. Incredible is. Men in America, from what I've seen and observed, they don't really have that much of an issue, and like they're they're grown-ups and they can take care of the house if they need to. But like, yeah, as far as Mr. Incredible goes, in the first one, like his thing about wanting to get back to the glory days was never about like, at least from how I was interpreting it, it was never about like him. And Elastigirl has that scene where they're arguing and all that sort of thing, and she says, "This is not about you." But I don't think that's kind of the thing that he's going for. I think he just wants to, you know, get back into the excitement, kind of like, I don't know, in Black Widow with their father in that movie. Like he just wants to get back into the action, and like that's what he enjoys doing, and he feels accomplished doing those sorts of things. So I think that's kind of where he in Mr. Incredible was coming from in the first movie, whereas in the second one, like he has much more of a problem with Elastigirl going out than Elastigirl had with him going out in the first one, if you know what I'm saying. And he has lots of scenes where he's just kind of struggling to do stuff at home. And more than that, like I only watched it once, so I might not be remembering this entirely correctly, but I seem to remember that he had a couple of scenes where he like just, I don't know how to say this. He just had problems with Elastigirl being the main one going out, and I feel like that was a little bit on the nose. So I think he was the main disappointment that I had in the movie, as far as like promoting feminist agenda goes, if you want to call it that. But yeah, I agree that I thought a lot of Elastigirl's individual scenes on her own were cool, which can be empowering, I guess. But also were subtly and well done, which I think also adds to the effectiveness of the whole thing.
I don't remember the movie. I remember like parts of it. I don't remember. I just remember the villain was cool. The villain. The scenes with the villain I actually was not a fan of. When I watched the scenes with the villain, all I could think about was like, please, can you put more epilepsy warnings? Like, I didn't like it mostly because, like, you know, in scenes and like shows and movies where they have like freaking lightning going, like lightning, and everything just like becomes like super bright and super dark really quick. Like, even if you don't have epilepsy, like it's hard to see what's going on. Like, it's really hard to see. It keeps freaking flashing in your face, and it's hard for your eyes to adjust. It's really, really hard to see. I think it would have been okay if it was less of that, a little bit less, like maybe for a few scenes. But like when the scene continues and then like things are happening on screen, but like the screen's still like going crazy, I think that was a little bit much on the effects there. I think I wasn't a fan of that. That's the only thing I really remember that I didn't like from the movie.
Well, on that positive note, thank you all for joining us. What do I say in the outro? I don't even remember. This has been the 7th episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Yeah, okay, so stuff that you can follow us on if you want to see more content. We're on YouTube, we're on Spotify, we're on TikTok, Instagram. We are going to get better at posting stuff on TikTok and Instagram, probably, right, Juan?
Busy this week.
It was a suggestion.
Yeah, so we're on all those accounts. As I said at the beginning of the video, please follow us and turn notifications on if you're interested, because we'll probably not be advertising otherwise. But thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much, Collin, for being here. It was a great time.
Thank you.
And I think that's all. Thank you. See you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.